Let me ask you a question. If you could give up a few small luxuries now to secure financial freedom later in life, would you do it? Wait, don't answer that just yet. I've got another question I need you to try and answer. How do some people manage to become millionaires by the age of 30 while you're over here debating if honey mustard is worth the extra $2? This is a mistake I used to make, but today we're diving headfirst into the millionaire mindset. And guess what? You don't need a six-figure salary or a Silicon Valley startup to make it happen. You can achieve this on a low income. Simply put, this means that it can be yours even if you're currently surviving on instant ramen and sheer determination. Listen carefully. I think this video is the most important one in our financial freedom series because I'll break it down in ways you've never heard before. Even though I focus on the basics, I promise that by the end of this video, you'll have the exact blueprint to go from counting pennies to cashing checks. So without wasting any time, let's dive in. Step 1. Flip the script on your mindset. Here's the thing. You don't need to be rich to start building wealth, but you do need to think like someone who's rich. And don't worry, I'll show you how to transform that mindset with real examples, so bear with me. Picture this. It's 1997. Jeff Bezos is in his garage with one computer, probably an awful internet connection and a dream. Did he know he'd be a billionaire? Maybe not, but he believed in what he was doing and acted accordingly. This is golden advice I want you to remember for the rest of your life. I want you to stop saying I'm broke. Instead, say I'm pre-wealthy. It's all about reframing. Instead of seeing money as something you spend, see it as a tool to multiply. Here's an example. Imagine you're playing Monopoly, but instead of blowing your money on Park Place, you're strategically scooping up the railroads and utilities. That's how you win. Apply that to real life. Now, this is only step 1, and I'm just getting started. Pay attention. What I'm about to share next is one of the most overlooked practices you'll have to make before you can reach that millionaire status. Subscribe and give this video a like for updates on all of our upcoming videos. Step 2. Budgeting, aka Adulting 101. Let's talk about budgets. I know budgeting sounds about as fun as a root canal, but trust me, it's a game changer. The good news? You don't need to be an Excel wizard to figure this out. I'll explain this to you today. But first, let's start with what's called a 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, which is rent, food, and so on. 30% for wants, yes, Netflix and Starbucks can stay. 20% for saving and investing, the thing nobody does these days. Think of it like this. There's this guy I know, let's call him Dave. Dave earns $30,000 a year, but still manages to save $5,000 annually. How? He hacked his grocery bill, meal prepping like a champ, and said, forget the Starbucks, I'll make my coffee at home. Fast forward 10 years, and Dave's investments are thriving. Is he a millionaire yet? Not quite, but he's well on his way. So how do you do this? Let's start small and then gradually level up. Use apps like Mint or YNAB to track your spending. It's like having a financial therapist in your pocket. I plan to make a dedicated video about budgeting apps as part of the Financial Freedom playlist, but so far I've explained mindset and budgeting. Now let me dive deeper into the practical steps so you can start to get there a lot faster. Step 3. Embrace the side hustle. Okay, let's be real. If your 9-to-5 income isn't cutting it, it's time to embrace the side hustle. The internet is your playground. The good news is there are plenty of ways to make money online these days. Sell your skills on Fiverr, start a YouTube channel, or even flip thrift store finds on eBay. I know you don't need to be the next Picasso, you just need to start. Here's another example. I once met a guy who made $15,000 in 1 year just by flipping sneakers. Yeah, sneakers. He'd camp outside stores, snag limited editions, and sell them online. It's crazy to think about it, but who knew a pair of Jordans could be your ticket to wealth? And as I always say in my previous videos, the key is consistency. Even if you're only making an extra $200 a month, that's $2,400 a year. Compound interest will do the rest. Step 4. Master the art of saving. Now, this is where the magic happens. Saving money isn't about deprivation, it's about being strategic. Here's a quick hack. Automate your savings. Have a portion of your paycheck go directly into a savings or investment account. Out of sight, out of mind. Let me give you an example. Meet Sarah. Sarah earned $35,000 a year, but she lived on just $25,000. The rest, she invested. By 35, Sarah had $150,000 in her portfolio. So how can you do this at a young age? Well, the answer is actually easier than you think. Treat saving money like a TikTok trend, something you do every day, even if it's just for clout or likes on Instagram. But in this case, compound interest. Step 5. Invest like your future depends on it, because it does. Here's the cold hard truth. You can't save your way to millionaire status. At some point you need to invest. Stocks, ETFs, index funds, these are your new best friends. Stocks is a topic I've already discussed in our Financial Freedom playlist, and I'll dive deeper into it in our upcoming videos. But let me give you an example. Let's talk about the late Jack Bogle, founder of Vanguard. He championed low-cost index funds, which basically allow you to own a piece of every major company without having to pick stocks. If you'd invested $10,000 in an S&P 500 index fund 20 years ago, you'd have over $60,000 today. And that's with zero stock-picking skills. Now that we've covered where to invest your money, let's get back to the most important question. How can you actually do this? Use platforms like Robinhood or Vanguard to get started. And remember, time in the market beats timing the market. Before we continue, when you finish watching this video, go back and watch our series on financial freedom at a young age. If you only watch this video and try to apply the steps alone, you'll face many problems. That's why you need to watch the entire playlist to fully understand these concepts. And as always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Step 6. Cut the dead weight. Let's talk about expenses. Trust me, those tiny, sneaky charges add up fast. Audit your subscriptions. Do you really need 5 streaming services? Spoiler alert, you don't. I once found out that I was paying for a gym membership from 2017. Did I ever go? Not once. That's $300 down the drain. Don't be like me. And don't misunderstand me, I'm not trying to say you need to give up all the things you enjoy in life, but for 1 month, track every single dollar you spend. Then cut anything that doesn't bring you joy or utility. This is how you manage your finances like a pro. Step 7. Surround yourself with the right people. There's a saying I love, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, it's true. If your friends are all about spending and never about saving, it's time to expand your circle. My friend once said, I can't save money because my bestie keeps dragging me to bottomless lunches. Guess what? Her bestie wasn't dragging her. Her FOMO was. Now, since I've talked about this topic extensively, I often get a recurring question. How can I find the right mentors to make friends with? The answer is simple. Join online communities like Reddit's Financial Independence or attend local networking events. You can even join entrepreneur Facebook groups. There are plenty of them out there. The key is to surround yourself with people who inspire you to grow, not just spend. Step 8. Learn and adapt. Becoming a millionaire requires constant learning. Read books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad or The Millionaire Next Door. Watch YouTube channels like this one that break down personal finance in an easy-to-digest way. Billionaire Warren Buffett spends 80% of his day reading. If the goat of investing can make time to learn, so can you. If reading isn't your thing, try audiobooks. Multitask while pretending to work out. Win-win. Step 9. Stay the course. Here's the hard part. Patience. Now, if you've been following our videos on building wealth silently, you've probably heard me say this before. Wealth building isn't a sprint. It's a marathon. You'll have setbacks, the market will dip, unexpected expenses will pop up. But don't let that derail you. There's a famous janitor named Ronald Read who quietly amassed an $8 million fortune by investing consistently over decades. His secret? Time and persistence. It has been proven time and again that if you think of your financial journey like planting a tree, you nurture it consistently, protect it from storms, and over time it grows into something incredible. Step 10. Give back to multiply your success. Here's a secret most self-made millionaires swear by. Giving back. Whether it's donating to causes you care about, mentoring someone, or simply sharing your knowledge, giving creates a cycle of abundance. Generosity doesn't just make the world better, it reinforces your mindset of growth and gratitude. Just take Bill Gates, for example. Sure, he's one of the richest people alive, but his focus on giving through the Gates Foundation has created ripple effects of change around the globe. It's not about how much you give, it's about the intention behind it. Just think of giving as good karma investing. You never know when it'll pay dividends in unexpected ways. There's the roadmap to becoming a millionaire by 30, even on a low income. It's not about winning the lottery or stumbling on a jackpot in Vegas. It's about following every step I've explained in this video. In fact, if you decide to live cheap, that'll actually make you wealthy in ways you've never seen before. We break it down step by step. Just click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.